What is up, ladies and gentlemen of the YouTube world? It is your man Jordan Plays Games back here yet again with another video, and we are taking over WWE 2K20 as we are live here for MLW Fusion. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight is going to be a very great night here on Major League Wrestling. Ladies and gentlemen, after last week, we saw Jacob Fatu retain the MLW World Heavyweight title. Jacob Fatu proving to be one of the most dominant superstars, let alone champions here in this sport. But the question is, with the Battle Riot quickly approaching, can Jacob Fatu still hold on to the MLW World title? Many superstars have been confirmed for the Battle Riot. Superstars like LA Park, Alex HammerStone, Filthy Tom Lawlor, and Low-Key, and many more to be seen. But the Battle Riot will be in just 3 short weeks. So be ready. Place your bets. Who do you think is coming out that new MLW Battle Riot winner? But tonight, for MLW tonight, our main event is jam-packed, as tonight the MLW National Openweight Champion Alexander HammerStone, the 2-year reigning champ, the man who claims he's gonna win this year's Battle Riot, takes on the winner of the first ever MLW Battle Riot and former MLW World Heavyweight Champion, the leader of Team Filthy himself. Filthy Tom Lawlor and HammerStone go at it tonight in our main event. This is a match that I've been wanting to see in MLW for a very, very long time, but tonight it's finally gonna happen. Also, ladies and gentlemen, after retaining his middleweight title and what many of you said was a cheap tactic-like win, Myron Reed tonight will take on a close ally in his last week opponent's Flamita. He will take on Caristico here tonight. You gotta believe that Jordan Oliver is definitely gonna be in the corner of the MLW World Champion. Injustice has 1/4 of MLW gold. Could more gold be in their future? That will come. But ladies and gentlemen, another match I'm also great to see is as MLW Fusion has a connection with Azteca Underground, aka Lucha Underground. We are bringing in many more superstars that you loved in Lucha Underground will be competing here tonight. 2 of them confirmed to face off one-on-one is Matt Cross and the man of 1,000 deaths, Mil Muertes. Who do you guys think's coming out victorious? Can Matt Cross pull off a surprise victory against the man of 1,000 deaths? Or will the former Lucha Underground champion bring darkness upon the new temple? And also to come, we will hear from the new promoter of MLW, El Jefe. And many of you know him as Dario Cueto, but for insurance reasons, I am not allowed to refer to him as that other name. But we heard from El Jefe last week. Let's see what huge announcement he had. Buddy Murphy has fallen to Calvin Tankman here tonight. Calvin Tankman, the heavyweight hustle, beats he beats the best kept secret here in MLW. And now we're gonna hear from our promoter, the one and only El Jefe. Also, ladies and gentlemen, if you guys like this video and you guys like the series for WWE 2K20 and the custom universe mode, then be sure to hit that like button, recommend this video to a friend. Let's try to get this video up to 50 likes. If this hits 50 likes, and remember, we're still on the road to 100 subscribers. 100 subscribers, and I will buy a face cam. You guys will see my reactions and everything. But remember, if we get to 50 likes, I will do a live stream of how my AEW, MLW, and NWA rosters are looking like. So remember, 50 likes is the goal for this video. If we hit 50 likes, you guys get a full rundown of how my universe mode works. But with that said, we're going to go back down to MLW and hear from El Jefe. And now our new owner and promoter live in the ring. Can't wait to hear what he has to say. Now, as I'm sure all of you are aware, MLW and Azteca Underground are known for bringing some of the best action and violence here to this company. But that doesn't shy away from the fact that I am a true businessman. And I do what is right for my company.
The fans are eating it up.
You see, I've traveled all over the world after the demise of my last company, and I've picked up a thing or two. Honor, respect, opportunity, and diversity. Those lessons have helped mold me into the new man I am today. So with that said, I have an announcement to make. As you all know, the MLW Battle Riot is one of the most popular events here in Major League Wrestling. Well, I have some news. Because after the Battle Riot, on the next episode of MLW, we will be doing something historic. Something never seen here before. We will introduce our very own women's division. Female wrestlers are taking the world by storm, and MLW has taken full notice. So after the MLW Battle Riot, we will see how great the women who are now permanently signed to MLW are, and we'll see which one of them becomes the first ever MLW Women's Champion.
Definitely a fan favorite. And that does it.
And ladies and gentlemen, I hope you are ready for history. Women's Division, Battle Riot winner, and a possible new champion, and a new takeover in my new temple. So without further ado, let's get into the action. Ref, ring the bell!
Now we know what we have in store. That was top notch right there. Now that the WWE Universe is pumped, we move into more
wow,
WWE
ladies and gentlemen.
coming up next.
Our El Jefe just keeps making things better and better and better by the minute. And now, what an exciting and momentous occasion it's going to be after the Battle Riot. After we find out who's going to challenge Jacob Fatu for the MLW World title, we are going to introduce our own women's division. That is going to be awesome. And he said something about crowning the first ever MLW Women's Champion. This raises the question now, who's going to be signed to MLW for the women's division? Who do you guys think is going to be our ace? Who do you guys think is going to be the first MLW World Women's Champion? So many questions to be asked, so much history to be made, and ladies and gentlemen, it is all happening right here in MLW. But like El Jefe said, let's not keep wasting any more time. Let's get right into the action, because our opening matchup for this video will be Matt Cross versus the man of 1,000 deaths, the former Lucha Underground champion, Mil Muertes. And back here live on ringside for MLW Fusion, and we're about to see our first matchup of the night here for this video. Let's get into it. Here comes superstar of Azteca Underground, Matt Cross.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from Cleveland, Ohio, weighing in at 177 pounds, Mad Dog Matt Cruz.
Matt Cross, former superstar of Azteca Underground, known as Son of Havoc, former Trios champion with Ivelisse and Angelico. Faced off against many superstars. He once almost became the Gift of the Gods champion in Azteca Underground, but other than that has toured all over the independent scene. He's been seen in Europe, Australia, and Japan. This young man is without a doubt wrestling history. And I can't wait to see more of Matt Cross here in MLW, and who knows, maybe we'll see him in other companies. But he does not have an easy opponent, because look at who his opponent is.
Opponent from your darkest fears, weighing in at 245 pounds.
Here we go, and it sounds to me like
The man of 1,000 deaths from hell and brimstone, Mil Muertes, a former Lucha Underground champion. This man has dominated many superstars, and if you saw him last week in action with Hijo de LA Park, then you know what this man is about. You know he doesn't play any games. He's not here to make friends. Mil Muertes is here for one purpose, and that purpose is pain. And I say good luck to Matt Cross as you look into the face of Mil Muertes. Ring the bell. Here we go. Mil Muertes versus Matt Cross, and already Mil Muertes showing that power that he has over Matt Cross. And it's not just power. Matt Cross was also has a disadvantage at Mil Muertes in size and strength, but he has a speed advantage over the man of 1,000 deaths. I would try to utilize that to my advantage, but right now it doesn't look like it's working so well. Oh, and just as I say that, and a big boot right to the face of Mil Muertes. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure many of you are going to be asking about AEW, because you know AEW Dynamite is right before MLW Fusion if you've been keeping up with my channel. I very much apologize for AEW. Some technical difficulties went wrong, and I was trying to make it a whole video instead of a live stream, but unfortunately that came out kind of wrong and I ended up accidentally deleting the footage. But don't worry, you guys didn't miss much between Rey Fenix and Kenny Omega, which was an amazing match. Kenny Omega still came out victorious after, of course, hitting the one-winged angel. But it was still a proving ground victory for Kenny Omega, but take nothing away from Rey Fenix. And you guys will see more great action, not just on AEW, but on MLW Fusion as well. And speaking of action, back to this matchup, Mil Muertes just absolutely pummeling and desolating Matt Cross. And remember, this isn't the first time these two have met in the ring. These two have met back when Lucha Underground was still around, still being seen by many great superstars and fans of Lucha Libre. And Mil Muertes using that power. Oh my God, what was that? Did he just spit blood? Was that his own blood? And now Matt Cross, never mind, able to take down Muertes with a nice kick to the face. And Matt Cross, look at this, rolls through into a rollover Boston Crab. Mil Muertes starting to look like he's in some trouble now, but able to roll over that huge body frame of Muertes. But how much was taken out of the lower back? And now come on, Cross, you got to keep an advantage over Muertes. Use your speed advantage. And oh, a stiff knee right to the bridge of the nose. And remember, ladies and gentlemen, our main event still to come. The winner of the first ever MLW Battle Riot, former MLW World Champion Filthy Tom Lawlor, set to take on the MLW National Openweight Champion in a non-title match, Alex HammerStone. Do you guys believe that HammerStone can come out victorious over Tom Lawlor, or will the Filthy One remain at the top 5 here in MLW? But now Mil Muertes sizing up Matt Cross in the corner. This is dangerous. Oh, the Reaper's Trident. Muertes calls that spear the Reaper's Trident into a cover on Matt Cross, but it's not enough. How many men has Mil Muertes put down with the Reaper's Trident? And remember, if Mil Muertes hit that flatliner, then it could be all over for Matt Cross here tonight. And now Muertes with a stiff elbow right to the face of Matt Cross. At the top rope, and oh, a huge elbow drop. And Mil Muertes trying to, Matt Cross trying to do everything he can to take Mil Muertes off his feet, and he finally does with an STO. And Matt Cross starting to feel it from the crowd here in MLW. 2 takedowns to Mil Muertes. And Matt Cross ducks under the rope. Huge roundhouse to the side of the temple. And now look at this. The agility at Matt Cross and an Enziguri Muertes right on the jaw. Right on the money. Come on, Cross. I believe you got this, man. Into a cover on the man of 1,000 deaths, but not enough. Only a 1 count.
That's exactly what we are seeing.
And now look at this. It looks like Matt Cross was looking for something, but Mil Muertes caught him. And now Mil Muertes, the sit-out choke slam. And now he's looking to finish this. Mil Muertes calls for the end. Flatliner. Ball game. Shoutouts to JBL. Mil Muertes into a cover, hooks the leg, and the man of 1,000 deaths claims another soul. Mil Muertes with another soul to his collection. Matt Cross looked like he could have had Mil Muertes, but the power of the man of 1,000 deaths was just too much. And look at the face on Matt Cross. You could tell that he nearly had him. You could see the depression in his eyes, but take nothing away from Cross. But and now, ladies and gentlemen, tonight, it's been good tonight. We've heard from El Jefe the news that will completely revamp MLW, will change the game. A women's division here in MLW. But we also saw Matt Cross take an unfortunate loss to Mil Muertes. But now we're going to jump from Azteca Underground back to MLW in the middleweight division as Caristico, who saw one of his close allies in Lucha Libre, Flamita, get screwed out of an opportunity for the middleweight title. As Myron Reed, he used the physical championship itself to help him retain the MLW middleweight title. But tonight, Caristico looks to avenge that loss by Flamita in a non-title match against the self-proclaimed Young Goat and MLW middleweight champion Myron Reed. And ladies and gentlemen, so far MLW Fusion has been a pretty good episode so far. But it doesn't stop there, because remember, MLW welcomes all kinds of superstars. We have technical wrestlers, strong style, lucha libre, hybrid athletes. And speaking of lucha libre, here comes Caristico.
Weighing in at 189 pounds,
Caristico, who's been seen in the WWE, he's been seen in NXT, CMLL, AAA, a well-respected luchador. And it's great to see him here in MLW. But here comes his opponent, the self-proclaimed Young Goat, the middleweight champion on the right, Myron Reed.
from Louisville, Kentucky, weighing in at 165 pounds, one half of the Iron Reed.
Myron Reed on the right there, the MLW World Middleweight Champion. His member of Injustice, Jordan Oliver. These two become well respected here in MLW, along with HammerStone and the Von Erichs. They helped take MLW Fusion back from the hands of Contra. And ever since then, Myron Reed has been a defending middleweight champion. And I feel like Myron Reed and Jordan Oliver complement each other very, very well. And it's great to see that they're still united. It looks like there's nothing breaking that bond between those two. And we're going to see how Myron Reed fares off against another luchador here tonight. And already, Caristico was trying to use some of that high-paced Lucha Libre offense on Myron Reed, but it doesn't look like it's going to be playing a factor here tonight. And oh, a stiff super kick to the face of Caristico into a cover, but only a count of 1. Now Myron Reed driving the knee right in between the shoulder blades of Caristico. And Myron Reed, who's been calling himself the young GOAT, has defended the middleweight title against Flamita, many other Lucha Libre superstars, and superstars here of MLW.
He's taken some good hits. It's nothing he hasn't been through before.
Myron Reed, I would honestly say, would be definitely one of the top 5 here in MLW. And it's not just because he's the middleweight champion, it's because he's actually been able to prove it here on this brand. And the ref starts to count, but wait a minute, look at the face of Myron Reed. Looking to take a little bit of a risk, and he's suicide dive. What offense from the young GOAT.
And he's heading back in.
And now Myron Reed, oh! Caristico ducked out of the way as Myron Reed was gonna look to go high risk yet again.
Evading possible disaster there.
Thank God Myron Reed has that loaded chest protector. Trust me, trust and believe, I used to have one of those. They don't just protect your chest, they protect your neck. Well, if you have the high collared ones. They protect your neck, your back, your ribs, everything. It's like having lightly steeled armor all over your upper body. But back to this matchup, Caristico with 3 swift kicks to the knee of Myron Reed, and that's a smart decision. If you take out the knees of Myron Reed, then he can't use the no-cap splash, which is the same move that he used to nearly beat Flamita, until he had to resort to some illegitimate tactics. And now look at this, the Lucha Libre background of Caristico. And now Myron Reed able to bait Caristico back into the ring. Oh, and a swift enziguri onto the neck. And now look at this. Myron Reed, nice agility there. And Caristico, very, very smart. Both of these men going back and forth. And Myron Reed springboards, and what a cutter from the young GOAT. Myron Reed into a cover on Caristico, but still only a 1 count. And now Myron Reed looks as if he's got this whole thing in the bag. And now wait a minute, Myron Reed off the ropes. And a stiff clothesline takes down Caristico. And now Myron Reed sizing up Caristico. I don't know what he's gotten stored here for the Lucha Libre superstar. And a Hurricane Rana. A little bit of agility, Lucha Libre style himself. And notice how Jordan Oliver has not gotten involved in this match. He knows Myron Reed's got this. And Caristico gets the MLW middleweight champion back in the ring. But the question is though, what can Caristico do? And now wait a minute, Myron Reed dumps him down with the cap and crunch into a cover. And that was enough. The same move that beat Flamita last week beats Caristico here tonight.
Here's another look at some of the previous action, giving their fans their money's worth and more.
Myron Reed pulls out another victory over another Lucha Libre superstar. And right here, that was the closing moments, the cap and crunch. He didn't even need the no cap splash. Just 3 seconds later, and good night, Lucha Libre.
Wow, now that's a commanding win. These guys look like a
If you're wondering why, if you're still wondering why Myron Reed is the MLW middleweight champion, it's because of reasons like that.
Simply amazing.
He has a win not just one, but now 2 masked luchadors. 2 Lucha Libre superstars Myron Reed has beaten. The future looks bright for the young GOAT, and it looks like it's back to the calling cards for Caristico. And ladies and gentlemen, tonight has been red hot with action. We have seen a lot of great action between our superstars here of MLW and Azteca Underground. But ladies and gentlemen, I still can't get over that cold, rattling message from Joseph Samael. He said that Contra was still quickly expanding, that they are still growing here in MLW, and they will not rest until they have complete annihilation over this brand. Well, but if El Jefe says he has it under control, I'm not going to fight him. But now it's main event time, as the MLW National Openweight Champion, the only MLW National Openweight Champion, Alex HammerStone, who has been gunning for a match with Jacob Fatu for the world title, will tonight have his hands full as he takes on a former world champion here in MLW, the winner of the first ever MLW Battle Riot, Filthy Tom Lawlor. Back here at ringside, and it is main event time. It is MLW World Middleweight. It's MLW National Openweight Champion against History Maker and former World Champion. Something's gonna give here tonight. Something's gotta give here tonight in MLW. And we all know the Battle Riot only 3 weeks away. Many are hoping to win the Battle Riot and earn an opportunity for the MLW World Heavyweight title whenever they want. But none more are more hungry, in my opinion, than that man right there, Alex HammerStone.
Making his way to the ring from Glendale, Arizona, weighing in at 251 pounds, one half of the Alex HammerStone.
Alex HammerStone, the MLW National Openweight Champion, who has been our only Openweight Champion ever since he made history back in early 2019 and won that big, beautiful gold belt. He defeated Brian Pillman Jr. to become the first ever National Openweight Champion. Has soon gone on to defend it against people like Davey Boy Smith Jr., Eddie Hart. He's defended it against Simon Gotch, Joseph Samael, members of the Von Erichs, and this man, without a doubt, has proven to be one of the toughest SOBs to ever grace MLW. I love HammerStone. He's an amazing athlete, and I hope he wins the Battle Riot and gets a shot at Jacob Fatu. And he pledged the idea of putting both the MLW World Heavyweight title on the line as much as his MLW National Openweight title. Imagine that. 2 titles held by 2 dominant champions. Winner takes all between Fatu and HammerStone is a match I would love to see. But another man who also wants to get the MLW World title back from Contra is none other than the filthy one, Tom Lawlor.
And his opponent from Las Vegas, Nevada, weighing in at 205 pounds, Tom Lawlor.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's now time.
Filthy Tom Lawlor. The name speaks for itself. One of the filthiest players in the game. If you want to re-look and try to redesign Ric Flair as from dirty to filthy, you're looking right at him. This man has been hated by the whole wrestling world after his brutal and unexpected betrayal to the Von Erichs. It was when Ross Von Erich challenged Jacob Fatu for the MLW World title. It looked like Tom Lawlor was going to use the steel chair to take out Jacob Fatu. It looked like we were going to crown a new Von Erich as a world champion. But unfortunately, Tom Lawlor prevented that. The chair shot that was heard around the world. And what he said after absolutely made me vomit. He said, F Contra Unit and F the Von Erichs. I really do not even have any words towards that statement. I will admit I don't like Tom Lawlor. I'm not the biggest fan of him. I probably never will be again. But nevertheless, I can't deny Tom Lawlor's recent success here in MLW. He's the winner of the first ever MLW Battle Riot. He cashed in his opportunity successfully against Low Key to become MLW World Champion. He competed in the first ever steel cage match. He won the 2021 Opera Cup and soon went on to Japan to become the first ever New Japan Pro Wrestling Strong Champion. And ever since he rebuilt Team Filthy Tom Lawlor has been on a roll. But the question is, can that roll be swifted towards the Battle Riot when he has to face 29 other men, including HammerStone? And so far, Tom Lawlor seems like he has the National Openweight Champion, but just as I say that, HammerStone backs Lawlor up into the corner, ground and pounding him. Now tosses him in the other one full of steam, but Tom Lawlor catches him with a Uranagi. And if you want somebody who can combat fight with Tom Lawlor, look no further than Alex HammerStone. And remember, Alex HammerStone was one of the 5 who led the charge to take back MLW from Contra Unit. And look at the power of this man. Look at the power of HammerStone. Plants Tom Lawlor down. Could that be enough to defeat the former world champion? It's not. HammerStone, I honestly, without a doubt, see a bright future in him. I see former world champion around his name. And now HammerStone, who looked like he was mounting some offense, gets taken down by the former world champion. And remember, ladies and gentlemen, those of you who aren't really fans of MLW, let me remind you, Tom Lawlor, despite being a former world champion, he's the one who lost the world championship to Jacob Fatu. Fatu absolutely destroyed Tom Lawlor to win the MLW world title. So I have a feeling Tom Lawlor will want to win the Battle Riot so he can get that title back and avenge that loss at Kings of Colosseum. And now look at this. Filthy Tom. Nice combination to the openweight champion. Is this enough to beat HammerStone? No, it's not. And now Filthy Tom trying to do everything he can. Look at this. This is that MMA background of Tom Lawlor. And remember Tom Lawlor's record back in MMA. He has 6 wins, 5 losses, 1 draw. A record like that just doesn't come out of nowhere. But look at HammerStone now, trying to show his power as he takes down Filthy Tom. Face plants him, the covers away from the ropes. Very smart by HammerStone, but it's not enough to keep Lawlor down. And now it looks like HammerStone looking for the nightmare pendulum. But Filthy Tom, with an overhead belly to belly, takes down the champ. And I have to wonder, what does Filthy Tom have in store now? And look at this. What a heel hook. Look at the torque on HammerStone's leg. That is absolutely smart by Tom Lawlor. Can the Filthy One force the National Openweight Champion to tap out? The pain searing through HammerStone's leg. Can HammerStone fight out of it? It looks like he might tap. No, 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 no. He's still willing to fight. But how much damage was taken out of the leg of HammerStone? HammerStone trying to fight back while he's practically on one leg. But still, Tom Lawlor, he's been in MMA. He's know what it's like to be in a cage. Oh, come on. And now look at, oh, HammerStone. What a huge kick right on the jaw. And now he's saying, it's over, Filthy Tom. Here we go. He has him up for the Nightmare Pendulum. Doesn't even have to hook the leg. HammerStone victorious. HammerStone with another impressive victory, this time over the former world champion. Filthy Tom got a little too overconfident, and even on one leg, HammerStone was still able to hit the Nightmare Pendulum. That was absolutely impressive. It was dominant in every sense of the word. And Tom Lawlor, you want to win the Battle Riot, you're going to have to deal with HammerStone now. But with that said, that is all that we have for Universe Mode. I'm sorry this video was kind of short, but I just wanted us to get straight into the action. All the history was told. But now, ladies and gentlemen, again, let's try to get this video to 50 likes. If it hits 50 likes, then I personally will give you a full live stream of how I set up my Universe Mode. With that said, ladies and gentlemen, that is all that we have here. If you like this video, hit the like button. Remember our like goal. And if you want more, and if you love more, then hit the subscribe button, hit the post notification so you'll always be reminded when I drop another good one. With that said, I will see you guys for NWA Power. Good night, good day, and good damn night. Bang!